First question was going to be how you're preparing for the event. So you've heard that one already. So we'll start with that one, shall we?
Yeah. So I suppose it's off season right now, so it's a little bit more difficult to prepare. But I think most of it is around fitness, really, because it's a 3-day tournament. If I'm correct, I believe it's 3-day, not 2-day. Yeah, 3-day tournament. So it's going to be quite intense. It's going to be a lot of running, a lot of kind of injury-provoking things. So a lot of it's just kind of getting running, getting my fitness going, heading down to the nets, getting some shots off, things like that, really. Just making most of the off season and keeping my fitness going post season. So yeah, mostly around that. I'm quite lucky because I'm still at Bristol, so the 3G is open all the time. And I can use that whenever, basically. So that's been quite useful. And then just kind of day to day, just making sure I'm doing things like cycling to work. It's like a 20-minute cycle, getting the fitness up. So yeah, focus is fitness is probably what I'm thinking right now.
Obviously, you've mentioned it off season, so it's tougher. But how does preparing for this event for you differ from preparing for other tournaments that you've been in?
I suppose I've not played in a full six-a-side tournament so far. I've done a bit of box, well, one session of box, which is similar-ish. And we've played kind of friendly six-a-side, low-level games. Nothing quite to this scale and level. So I think that back and forth sprint-based fitness, you're looking more at sprints than kind of a long-distance 10K run. But equally, because it's a spread over 3 days, you're still thinking that long-term cardio endurance. And then preparation-wise, in terms of like shot selections, I was talking to Coach Sammy Ives, and we're just thinking about what kind of shots we want to be taking, where I fit in the team, what he wants me to be kind of working on specifically right now. So yeah, kind of looking at my game in a six-a-side format, which is much more fast-paced than our usual 10-a-side game.
Mm-hmm. So, kind of, how are you looking forward to the game? Like, what specific bits of it are you kind of looking forward to?
I think the speed, to be honest. For me, I've not actually played this format before, so I'm really excited to play it in a really competitive format against a really good level of players. It's nice, kind of being from Southwest. I'm playing around people at uni and things like that, which is really nice. And I'm playing at Hampstead currently, kind of commuting over to London, so I'm getting that high level of play, but not in the six-side format. Whenever we play it, it's more of a let's kind of have a bit of a laugh, have a bit of fun, kind of pass the ball around. So getting into a full competitive six-side format and the speed of it, just the competitive nature of it as well should be amazing. I really like how we've kind of got all the coaching setups, the interviewer setups, everything like that. So it really builds that level of suspense and competition going forwards.
Mm-hmm. Is there any sort of particular player or team that you're kind of most excited to play against or play with? Have you looked at the teams and kind of had a look?
Yeah. Well, I'm playing with my coach Pete Wilson, so that's really nice. Obviously, I've been at Bristol for the last 6 years, so we've got a really nice connection going on. And even though we're literally together every single week, 2 or 3 or 4 times a week, we don't actually play together very often at all. A couple of Bristol Bombers games going back in past, but and then the occasional kind of like varsity game or fun game. But we don't really get the opportunity to play together very much. So Pete Wilson's definitely the one I'm really looking forward to play with. And then across the spectrum, just really good level of players. The team Rise itself have a really, really good roster. So it's kind of playing at that high level again, which is just really enjoyable. It's a good experience in the middle of summer in good weather.
Fingers crossed for the good weather part there.
Crossed, yeah, exactly. Got to hope and pray for it, really, haven't we? But it's looking promising.
Hopefully. Kind of, obviously, you've mentioned you're excited to play for the first time at high level. What do you think you will take away from this event that will help you improve in kind of your day-to-day lacrosse, and just what will you learn from it?
I think focus for me is around the fast break side on this tournament. A lot of it is that kind of goal to goal, end to end, really pushing up the pitch and going for it, which is something I really love doing, but isn't as easy in a full 10-a-side game. So I think the fast breaks and just fast play in general. I remember playing my first box game, and just the close proximity of it all was kind of the big takeaway from that. That distance between taking passes, feeds, things like that is so much shorter that actually it can make a big difference in terms of your reaction time and having to really switch on and get another gear. So yes, the speed of it, just in general, kind of the nature of play with a six-side format, more space on the pitch, but then equally a smaller pitch, so it can be kind of closer feeds, closer into the goalie, etc. and yeah, just looking forward to that in general, really. Yeah.
It would be interesting to know if you have managed to speak to your team as a team. Whether it's been on a call like this or in person. Have you had that chance to chat to your teammates?
Not entirely yet. No. There's been lots of kind of WhatsApp chat and kind of group chat, kind of talking about kit, things like that. Obviously talked to Pete quite a lot, and kind of Zach Guy talked to a lot at Hampstead. But we've not had that full chat as a group just yet. I'm sure that's coming. I'm looking forward to that. It seems like a really nice team. And then I suppose the coaches kind of there on it all the time, really talking to everyone. A lot of personal messages as well, which is nice. So yeah, it's a nice team. I think they'll bond really well actually at the tournament, which is good. Because I've not played with everyone yet so far, so that'll be a good experience.
And probably my last question would just be for those people who haven't seen you play before, what can they expect from you? I know you've obviously not played so much six-a-side, but what's your ten-a-side game? What's your thing? What can we expect from you?
I suppose my strengths kind of lie in like that clearing midfield position. Kind of focusing on the athletic side quite heavily. Driving midfielder, so I like to dodge from up top quite a lot. Although I'm trying to work on that and dodge more from behind. And just kind of more of an outside shooter. Don't want to give too many tips away to the oppositions, but kind of more of a clearing kind of two-way midfielder in between the lines is kind of my game, really. Yeah.